here is our third video working with the intersection of three planes. So hopefully you've watched the first two. And here we go. So I'm going to take those values. Well, first of all, is anything parallel? Okay, let's see. I have a 1, -1, 1, -2, 1, -2, +2, -4. So if I take this row and multiply it by 2, then I end up getting this row right here, correct? Let me make sure one more time. Yep, everybody's just multiplied by 2. So I already know not only these planes, not only are they parallel, they're the same plane. If this value were not -4, then they'd be parallel. But basically we have two planes that are the same, and then this other plane is going to intersect them at a line. But let's see what happens if we jump in with the matrices. So this is 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, -1, 1, -2, 2, -2, 2, -4. Okay, let's just switch this, move that up to the top. Okay, so this was row 2 and this was row 1. I just switched those. Okay, so now I can multiply, I'm going to keep this top row. And I'm going to multiply -2 times row 1 plus row 2 to get rid of this. So -2 plus, that's a 2 plus 3 is 5. -2 and a 1 is a -1. +4 and 1 is 5. Okay, and now I'm going to do the same idea. So that's a 0, that's a 3 minus 2 is 1. That is -2 and it's a 0. And then we have +4 plus 4 is, right, +4 plus 4 is 0. Okay, so now I notice this one right here is, I can just switch places so that I get the one that I want in the middle. 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 5, -1, 5. This was row 3, this was row 2. Okay, now okay, well, 0, 1, 0, 0. I'm going to take row 1 and row 2 and add them together. So add these together, I get a 1, add those together, I get a 0, add those together, I get a 1, add those together, I get a -2. And now I'm going to take a -5 times row 2 plus row 3. That's 0, and 0 is still 0, -5 and 5 is 0. 0 plus -1 is -1. -5, so that's still a 5. Okay. I'm going to hang on to what I have currently. And I'm going to make this multiply by negative. This is not what I was expecting to happen. Okay, let's see. So I have, this row has the 0 and everything is great. This row is fine. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Oh, that's a 1. And then this becomes, I want to just do negative row 3 plus row 1. That's a 1, that's a 0, that's a negative plus 1 is, it's a 0. This is a -5. Okay, so that's a 3. Did I copy this down right? Okay, I multiplied that by, well, I just got a point, and that doesn't make sense. Let me think about this for a second. Oh, ah, I finally caught my mistake. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Caught it 5 minutes in. Okay, so here's what I just did. Let me pull out another color. I came along. I'm going to post this and let you see that I'm not perfect. What was I doing? Okay, so here was -2 times row 1 plus row 3. And so I came here -2 times row 1 plus row 3. So -2, that gave me a 0 here. -2 gave me a 2 minus 2. That's a 0. That's my problem. Okay, and then -2, that's a 0. And then -2, that's a 0. So this whole row right here, this whole row should have become a 0 row, where 0 equals 0. And anytime we see that, so all of this, my bad. Okay, so anytime we see this, we know we have a true statement. So here's what we had after that. From that point, we had 1, -1, 1, -2, 0, 5, -1, 5, and then 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, this is a true statement where 0 equals 0. So here's where I'm going to then go into, I know my two planes intersected at a line, and so I'm going to use the parametric form of the equation of a line and say, okay, well, x will equal something and y will equal something and z will equal something. Let's let z equal t. And then I have from this row right here, I have that 5y minus z, which is t, equals 5. So y would equal t plus 5 over 5. Oh. Do we agree? Am I doing that correctly? 5y minus t equals 5, so I can add t and then divide by 5. So it's 1/5 t plus 1, or you could write it this way. It doesn't really matter. Okay, and so now the next thing, then I have that this x minus y plus z equals -2. Let's use, I don't know, that's going to be a little more annoying. X minus our y value was t plus 5 over 5. Our z value was t equals -2. I'd multiply everybody by 5. Minus t minus 5. I had to distribute that through. Multiply this by 5 plus 5t. Multiply this by 5 equals -2. -10. Okay, so then I have 4t equals -10. Did that cancel? Okay, and so then t equals -5/2. Oh, what did I do? I am making all sorts of mistakes. Okay, where did I get this 5? Oh, it's 5x. It's 5x. I'm so sorry. Okay. You know, it's nice to remember you're human. Okay, so on this one, I multiplied by 5. I got 5x. I got 5. The 5's canceled, but I had to distribute this negative through. And multiply that by 5. I multiplied that by 5. And now I have that 5x plus 4t minus 5 equals -10. So 5x equals, what does that? Add that, and that's -5. So -4t minus 5. X would therefore equal -4t minus 5 over 5. Okay, so -4/5 t minus 1. And that's the equation of that line. Oh my goodness. Okay, so sorry about this. I eventually caught all my mistakes, but life is too short and I have too much to do. I'm not going to fix this video. So hopefully I didn't confuse you. I'll try and put a note in there that video 3 made a mistake. Okay, so let's see, what would the calculator do for me? If I have that equation, I have 2, 3, well, that's fine. 3, 1, 1, 1, -1, oh, my bad. 1, -2, 2, -2, 2, -4. Infinitely many solutions. Okay, and so notice the calculator is going to tell you that it's infinitely many solutions, but if you don't do the row reduction stuff, you won't be able to tell me what those infinitely many solutions are. It's infinitely many solutions, and that's all the points on this line right here. Okay, so I'm going to want to see this answer, so you do need to not rely on your calculator so much. Whew, that was a beating. Let's hope number 4 goes better than number 3.